really wish it doesn't have to be long, but I think this said 10 episodes on this one, so it's going to be very short. Thank goodness. But anyways, here we go. This one was hard to watch. Yeah, when it came to season 3, this was the hardest thing to watch and track down because they cracked down. Yeah, this was a time where YouTube cracked down that they didn't allow anything to ever show up on YouTube that freaking companies have no stupid idea of saying, hey, look, lots of people want to watch it. Why don't we put it somewhere on some website and make them watch commercials? It's like, yeah, that's a smart idea, but no, they didn't do that crap and never even thought of it, so that's some bull crap. But anyways, this is the one that I was like, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. This is the worst episode because it was too cheesy for its own good. Even though they have Christopher Lloyd being and guest starring in this, sadly, I didn't like it because it was like too freaking. Even when my freaking roommate, I told my roommate, this is called Pyres. He's like, oh my gosh, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't believe it myself. They said that. Oh, freaking jeez. And it was the freaking girl who came up with that idea, sadly, Kristen. And she doesn't even spell her name the normal way. I don't care. Screw her, alright? Screw her. Screw her. Well, anyways, so Mike and Kristen is forced to visit their Grandpa Montgomery, at his retirement community. Where it turns out they find out that they're freaking everyone in there, including their grandfather, is a vampire. One thing they don't talk about is just the fact of the freaking stupid damn daughter. It's the freaking damn daughter. She screwed her freaking brother up as well as the fact of their freaking granddaughter decides to walk off alone in the dark. So the freaking grandfather and grandson had no choice but to look for her, and it's revealed that she actually goes in. No, yeah, it was revealed that she actually went to the freaking supermarket, and then lots of freaking. Yeah, oh my gosh, lots of freaking vampires were just in there, and they're like, and it was like, man, that's just so stupid. And of course, yeah, you had some weird crap of kind of grandmas, a little bit being like as if they were cougars in a way, but of course they were vampires, so they can get away with it. But it's worse. It's worse. But anyways, so after revealing to his grandson that he's a vampire, and he only preys on rats and don't go for humans, Montgomery and Mike tries to stop the other vampires who prey on humans, especially young children, from winning Kristen in a bingo game. So yeah, she was walking alone like a dumb idiot, and I think she went to a supermarket. Then after that, they got separated, and since they got separated, now she's the freaking prize in the freaking damn bingo game because she was a dumb idiot. It's like, yeah, you're a dumb idiot. You have a dumb freaking way to spell your name, and you created the freaking damn word grandpires. You suck. It's like, yeah, you suck. I don't care if you live or die. You already suck. But anyways, they decide to use a bingo game to win her. And when the vampires are fended off, Walt and his grandchildren clean up the bingo game. Actually ward it off. It's more like they killed them. Yeah, the freaking sun is out. The grandfather protects himself, and they just freaking open them freaking windows, and all the freaking, they're all dead. If I remember correctly, they're all dead. And then they made a funny joke to say that they have to clean up because the half owner, since tonight is a full moon, and werewolves hate being in a messy bingo room. Meaning that in this universe, you also have werewolves. So, werewolves and vampires. Alright, next one is the cast. I think I didn't get to see this one, but I later got to. Yeah, so it's about at this point where it was hard to actually watch them because they just straight up blocked and destroyed everything they can to make sure that people couldn't watch Haunted Hour for some dumb reason. I mean, you freaking had it on your website. Why the hell did you stop? Yeah, you just straight up stopped completely. But anyways, you have Lex, who is out with two punks. and he's trying to impress them, and he's throwing eggs. Oh yeah. Oh, the cast. Oh, I remember this one. I thought it was like movie cast. No. So Lex is a dumb idiot, and he apparently wants to impress like these two stupid idiots named Dexter and Sterling. So he did some crap, and then after that, he decided to do something and lie and say that the freaking brothers, which, yeah, they're brothers, Dexter and Sterling are brothers, they threw the eggs, and he was trying to stop them, and he was praised as a hero. But after a visit with a doctor because he broke his freaking arm and got a cast on it, his cast started itching as if there was something alive, and the doctor's like, yeah, we don't see anything. And then freaking old lady's cat had an interest at freaking his cast. And while his mom is out, freaking Miss Haibu, or whatever you want to call her, comes to the house and reveals that there are rats in his cast, and she has brought her cats to feed on them. What the frick? And in a panic, he takes a hacksaw to his freaking cast, and his mom comes home to prevent him to do that and calls 911. And in the ambulance, he finally confessed the involvement of the egging on the freaking cat lady's house. And as he sees the rats in the ambulance, yet the text don't see the rats, suggesting it's a delusion. So basically what happened in this one is just the fact of, he basically said, you know what? 1 minute. What I thought it was like, he actually was, his conscience was eating him. And not only that, but the freaking old lady most likely know what he was doing. So that's what happened. In this episode, it really hits home. Not hits home, just the fact of, actually the funny part is that this dude who plays as Lex is also the same kid that did Catching Cold. So he doesn't get a break in this. Yeah, he doesn't get a break in freaking damn Haunting Hour. 2 episodes so far, he got screwed over. What the frick. But still, it is kind of messed up. It just hit home for me, not because I'm a super liar or anything. It's just the fact of the weirdness of, he told his piece, and yet he's still seeing delusions, which is like, that's crap. Not only that, but the freaking cat lady was like, there are rats in your thing. Even though I thought it was more like there was ants in there crawling all over it. Whatever. Next is the Weeping Girl, and you have the guy, freaking Chi, who actually is the little kid from not Arrested Development, oh my gosh, from, oh wow, Modern Family, that's it. Yeah, you have the kid from Modern Family actually showing up in Haunted Hour. And he stays over at a friend's house, his friend Danny, and Danny's mom has been bitter, depressed, and unhospitable lately because of her husband traveling all over the place. And it says like her negative feelings will bring to life the spirit of a hooded woman known in Hispanic urban legend as La Llorona. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of sleepy, so La Llorona. Anyways, so she's a beautiful woman who drowns herself and her children after her husband abandoned her, and she walks the earth trying to drown kids who have been neglected by their parents. So yeah, freaking Yoro, I'm gonna say Yorona, yeah, Yoro, comes and takes Hannah and Chad to the pond and tries to drown them. She overcomes his fear of water. Yeah, he had a fear of water, and rescue the kids. Mr. Nelson returns, making Mrs. Nelson happy, and Yorona statue is placed in a box outside labeled free stuff. Yeah, sure, why not? It's like, yeah. So you have some mix of urban legends as well. Yeah, you had freaking yeah, so basically that's kind of cool. They touched on it. They touched on Hawaii. They touched on China. They touched on now Hispanic urban legends. That's kind of cool. And they did kind of touch on American too, because they did do Scary Mary, even though that was still something new and not actually Bloody Mary. Director's cut. Yeah, I have to talk about this one too. So this one's brand new, but I'm going to talk about this afterwards. Next is Intruders. So Eve has been unhappy ever since the birth of her new baby brother. Oh, this one is kind of cool. This one's kind of cool. Yeah, this one was the cool one. This was the one that dealt with fairies being bad. Yeah, so here we go with this amazing freaking episode here. This is an episode that could be best used to scare freaking girls from actually believing fairies are a good thing. Thumbs up on that. So anyways, like I said, Eve is unhappy of the birth of her baby brother. One night she sees lights in the forest behind her house, and she meets a fairy who tells her that she's a changeling who possesses fairy powers. After having fun with using her new powers, the fairies tell Eve that she can be a fairy forever if she gives the fairy her baby brother. She pretends to, but tricks the fairy, bringing iron, which is lethal to fairies. After she returns home, menacing eyes peer out of the forest and approach the home. I'm sorry. But still, yeah, this one was actually interesting. Very interesting. And for anyone who actually has a sibling who is a girl that likes fairies way too much, go ahead and show her this episode. This will clear up fairies for her. Oh my gosh, you will get so in trouble. Yeah, don't do that. You'll get in trouble. But Intruders was really an interesting take. An interesting thing. It also brings later on the idea of no wonder fairy type Pokemon are weak against steel types. Even though, yeah, it kind of sucks because the best steel type Pokemon you can use against a fairy type is in the next route that is blocked off. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Next is Spaceman. Now, Spaceman, I remember this one. This one's kind of weird, but it was weird in the fact of it's just freaking damn weird. I'm going to admit it. It's freaking damn weird. So anyways, you have Aaron, who is a lonely boy who was given a toy space helmet by a neighbor woman, and the space helmet begins receiving calls despite having batteries in it, and Aaron thinks it's an alien trying to make contact with him. When Aaron ends up in the attic, Aaron finds out that the voice of the other one is a ghost of the woman's dead son who loves space and time and space travel and had died of an illness at a young age. As Aaron finds the skeleton. What the like, seriously? The skeleton? Seriously? That's as bad as freaking The Shining. I mean, Psycho. It's like, yeah, that's messed up. That's freaking messed up. But anyways, I saw worse. Yeah, freaking Dawn of the Dead. If you haven't seen that movie, the newest movie, which was 2006, but either way, if you've seen that scene where you have the freaking dude that was going to actually be a father, but his freaking wife got bitten by a zombie, that is the creepiest and freakiest thing I've ever seen. The fact that he still allowed the baby to get given birth of, even though, yeah, I'm going to stop right there. That's just gross. Well, anyways, so you have the original ending and then director's cut ending. The original ending, that's the one I saw. The director's cut ending, I didn't see. And it looks like, yet again, when it comes to these, they freaking go hardcore when it comes to director's cut. Showing that if the Hatchery or whatever gets their hands on the Goosebumps books, and they're able to actually do the Goosebumps books in the freaking new episodes, you can see that they're not going to hold back. They're not going to actually be like, oh, it's okay. The girl turned into a bird. We're not going to do that. Instead, you have this other girl turn into a statue. Even though I have no, yeah, be careful what you wish for. I was okay with it. But there's like few other ones that's like, yeah, that's some bull crap. But anyways, they will stay true to the book and even go more hardcore. Most likely even asking R.L. Stine, what else did you want to do in the book that you didn't get to put in the book? Anyways, the original ending is that the freaking lady of the skeleton now tells Aaron to leave, and Aaron decides to stay and play spaceman with her son every single day. That was nice. That's the one I saw. Here is the director's cut. Aaron is forced to play with the dead son after his ghost urges his mom to let him stay in the attic and play spaceman with him forever. Yeah, you see, they went more hardcore. I didn't see that episode, that second episode part, but I did see the first one. So this is the one I can't actually admit I saw the first part, but never saw the second part. Next one is Red Eye. This episode, I hate this one. I hate this one too. This one is one of the episodes I hate as well. But anyways, you have Georgia, who is enjoying getting mail from her father when he's traveling. But then she receives a picture with dark shadows on it. The next picture has the dark shadows right next to her father. After suffering bad dreams, she figured out that she is being haunted by an Alp with powers that possess small things. When her father comes back home with a doll as a present, she thinks that it is carrying the Alp and smashes it at night. Her father comes down and reveals he has red eyes that marks him as the Alp, saying, "Your daddy is not here." And Georgia screams. You see, this is a sad ending, of course. But this one really pisses me off, just the fact of she could save her father, but sadly she can't save her father. And we have no freaking idea where her father is today. Maybe her father is dead, maybe her father was eaten, or maybe her father is possessed. We don't freaking damn know. All we know is that she has a new daddy, and it's kind of funny. It's like replacing people, even though the first season did have someone getting replaced. I wasn't too mad about it. But when you replace the dads, that's when I get pissed off, I guess. Maybe I have issues. I have serious issues on that. Anyways, next up is My Imaginary Friend. This one I remember too. Sean moves into a new area, and his only friend is his brother and his imaginary friend Travis, who is a bad influence. After concentrating, David sees Travis. David talks Sean out of smashing a car windows, as Travis suggests. Travis is angry and tries to scare David by drowning him. Wow. When he doesn't back down, Travis drags him to the neighbor's barn and says they can be friends if David will burn down the barn. He refuses and they start fighting, and Sean runs in, banishing Travis along with breaking a post and injuring himself on a fallen hook. David congratulates Sean and says he's old enough to be without imaginary friends. Now here is the crazy thing that's funny as hell. Sean agrees and banishes David, who turns out to be Sean's imaginary brother. Nice twist ending. Very sad though. That was very, very sad. That was very, very sad. I was hoping like the brother would actually still be something, but I didn't see that coming. That was a good one. But that was really sad. I was really, truly sad about that. That was a sad, shocking one. Not sad to the point of saying I hate it. It's just the fact of that was one I didn't see coming. Next is Poof de Plumage. Or most likely, I'm sorry, I don't freaking know French. I know Spanish, even though just back then, I kind of coughed up on saying La Llorona. Because I'm kind of sleepy, so get over it, leave me alone. But French, I don't know. The person that's supposed to teach me French, and I'm supposed to dab at it, sadly, he died 10 years ago. Yeah, sorry. Dark story, but whatever. Anyways, so this one is Bobby and his family are housed by a French exchange student named Jean-Louis for a year. But a chain of strange happenings make Bobby suspect that his French exchange student might be an alien. Wow, why is the freaking alien in blue? Anyways, he tells him that they are a friendly species and they're trying to save the human race from other aliens that are somewhere in the neighborhood incognito. They find out that the aliens are pretending to be cheese puffs. That makes you not want to eat them, don't they? After his dad opens the door and the aliens flood in. Then the aliens break through the window, swallowing up the family. We don't really know what happens. This is where I'm going to come to the point of saying we don't know what happens. They could have been saved. They could have swum up stairs and got out from the freaking attic, kicking the window down. But yeah, we don't know what happens in this. But this one says that the family is swallowed up. Well, they didn't say it was killed, but still, whatever. Anyways, next is the Golem. So the Golem basically have Jeremy and Bonnie, who are saddened to learn the death of their great grandmother, Nadia, whatever, and they travel back to her homeland of Russia, to spread her ashes. Soon after they arrive, Jeremy learns of a secret evil that Nadia created in the form of a golem, and the villagers accuse Bonnie of being her. So Jeremy must use his grandmother's knowledge and ashes to rid the village of the golem and save his sister from being murdered. Does that happen? I think so, but I think it's also the thing of where they took the golem back with them, but I kind of forgot what happens, sadly. Yeah, thanks a lot for, yeah, you're all in depth on some stuff, but yeah, when it comes to Golem Part 2, the ending part, you have to be freaking, you dumb sons of, we'll be back at these messages. Anyways, next is the girl in the painting. Now, the girl in the painting is one of the ones that's like truly, man, that's some bullcrap, man. But anyways, Becky is dreaming of her perfect room, which her mother can't afford, when she finds a painting put out in the trash. She becomes obsessed with the image and is called by the girl in the painting to enter her world, and is ecstatic with the room. But when the clock strikes 6, the girl in the painting pulls a sash, opening the ceiling, and an unforeseen monster devours Becky as the girl's moms enter. It revealed that people are called into the painting to be fed to the monster, so the people in the painting won't be eaten. The girl sits down and waits for the next person to enter the painting. Yeah, so I kind of forgot. I forgot that Becky got killed. I thought Becky survived and jumped out, and she was like, oh crap, this is a freaking damn horrible painting, but apparently not. With this, then I basically say I hate this one. I hate this one because this is bull crap, and this is technically like what happened to Simmons. That's what happened to Simmons in Agents of the Shield. The fact of she opens it. Well, it opens by itself, and the monolith turns into liquid and absorbs Simmons. And you gotta admit, you gotta be pissed off. Yeah, freaking Fitz shows how pissed off everybody should be. Punching that freaking thing, saying, "Give us back Simmons, damn it." Actually, no, it was more the fact of, do something, damn it, do something. Technically, I'm shocked that no one just burns the painting. It's like, why the frick did you throw it away? I mean, if it took one of your family members, you shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, she took my family member. I'm getting rid of you. Throw you in the trash. No, you should be burning it. That's as bad as Carlsville. Which Carlsville, they burn. Yeah, if you haven't seen Trilogy, yeah, that's like the biggest one where it's like, yeah, burn it. Do not throw it in the trash. Burn it. Idiot. Anyways, checking out. So this is another one where you actually have a hotel thing going on. But anyways, you have Jeremy and Chelsea. They're on a family vacation, which gets delayed when their car gets a flat tire. And now there's a friggin' mysterious hotel appears. And at first, the parents are told that there is no vacancies until the kids come in. And the parents receive a room, an invitation to an adults-only party by fellow guest Mrs. Baker. Jeremy follows them to the party and sees Mrs. Baker bashing a pinata that looks like her son Todd, who is also spying on the party. Suspiciously, Jeremy and Chelsea investigates and witness Todd being backed into a portrait of the benefactor by his mother, which opens and sucks in Todd. When they try to escape the hotel, they are caught and their parents are coerced into doing the same, until Jeremy reminds his mom, if they were to jump off a bridge, would you do it too? That was nice. The parents come to their senses and they all escape as the hotel burns. That was nice. That was nice. Throwing your parents' words to save you. That is always a nice thing. But anyways, next is Terrible Love. Maggie is this is the one that happened on freaking February on Valentine's Day. This is the funny freaking episode. This is one of the ones that's like, yeah, definitely check this out. Or technically, this should actually inspire Crazy Ex Girlfriend. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you should definitely check that one out. Well, no, don't check out the series. Sorry, I meant check out this freaking episode if you actually have a if you want to get scared on Valentine's Day or something like that. But anyways, you got Maggie, who is hopelessly infatuated with Brennan, but he doesn't even notice her. When she messes up with a chemical experiment, she meets Cupid, depicted as a man in a white suit instead of a boy or a young man with wings, which he explains away as an old photographs of himself. Maggie commissions him to shoot an arrow at Brennan, to put him, to make him fall in love with her. But when Maggie worries that the love potion will wear off, she asks Cupid for another hit, which he warns against it, but does it at her request, which drives Brennan to go into a love-seduced insanity. When she breaks up with him, he gets angry and chases her. When she asks Cupid for help, he says, "You want to be alone? You got it." Cupid then pushes Brandon. My gosh, is it Brandon or Brennan? Choose it, you bastard. Down the stairs. She tries to call for Cupid, but she meets her nerdy classmate Stuart, who comforts her, saying she'll find love again soon. Maggie turns to see Cupid shoot an arrow into her, causing her to fall in love with Stuart. Yeah, that was one of the ones that's kind of funny. It's like, if you would have held, which is kind of weird if you think about it. So it's like, let's say if she wasn't stupid and she actually believed in Cupid's magic, then that means that she would actually have him, and then nothing else would happen. But then what about Stuart? Then there would actually have been a freaking triangle going on right now. That's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, I'm glad that no one has to explain that. Next is Seance. As a part of a joke, Naomi and Tracy tries to scare Naomi's sister Carla by summoning the ghost of an evil man named Cyrus Clayton, a sawmill worker who was fired for drinking on the job and killed his boss before losing his leg. But the joke is on them when Carla goes missing and a spirit let loose in the house. After Naomi and Tracy admits to Carla that this was part of a joke, Carla summons Cyrus to tell him this as Cyrus appears behind Naomi, Tracy, and Dylan, asking which one of them is getting a leg from. Oh, so yeah, basically, yeah, usually how it goes is the fact that Carla summoned Cyrus, and now one of them is going to lose their leg. Yeah, just like freaking I'm Not Martin. Yeah, so these two, so Seance kind of has a cousin relationship with I'm Not Martin, and hopefully annotation, which I'm definitely not going to do that. Sorry. No annotation is going to approach you to the, but anyways, yeah, stay tuned for more if you want to hear that. But anyways, next is Detention. Detention is very weird. Detention is technically what freaking Lost actually was. But anyways, yeah, a freaking homecoming queen, Kate, Halftime. His name was actually called Halftime. And you have Audrey, which technically I would kind of like to have that girl who just killed freaking Stephanie. Anyways, they're all stuck in detention under a watch of Mr. Kane. And as Mr. Kane leaves, a grinning devil's face flashes in the door glass that Audrey sees. And a nerdy boy comes in and accidentally splashes Kate with his umbrella, making her mad and assaulted and all that crap. So basically, you have lots of crap going out and such and stuff. And they basically broke out and doing stuff like that. But eventually it turns out that Yeah, so I'm just gonna say what happens. So what happens is that technically this was purgatory because some crap happened. Yeah, some kind of messed up thing happened that caused all of them to freaking almost die. So they were in purgatory, aka detention. So they did something. Oh yeah, right here. It's like when Audrey finds herself with a smoke bomb in her hand. She remembers she threw it at the float as a prank, but accidentally caught under the wheel and crashed and killed them all. So yeah, as you see, so what happened to fix it is that the queen vote was never fixed. Yeah, so whoever was the real supposed to be homecoming queen was homecoming queen, and Audrey didn't throw that freaking smoke bomb. But I bet chances are, if they didn't throw the smoke bomb in the first place, none of this will happen. And as for Gabe, which Gabe is a nerdy kid, he still is stuck in the freaking detention room. My gosh. No idea how he died, but yeah, he's got screwed over. Alright, next up, oh yeah, did I talk about how much I like them? Let's see. Checking Out was good. Like I said, Terrible Love, that was funny as hell. Seance, that was crazy. Detention was interesting, and technically it actually had inner meaning if you actually dig for it. Now we're at the Funhouse, and Funhouse is technically the brother of what was it? Creamy Cold, Catching Cold. That's it. So yeah. Anyways, brother and sister Chad and Kelly are facing difficulties. Their father has abandoned a family, and their mom, while concerned, is busy with work. So Chad pretends everything is fine, but Kelly senses tension and such like that. So eventually, blah 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 blah, they find a mysterious traveling fun house. And then all of a sudden, you have Chad who is obsessed with the fun house. And what happens with that is that, yeah, he's getting more and more joy every time he goes and have destructive anger. So anger was coming out of it, chances are because of his dad ditching the family. And Chad mutates into a twisted version of his former self, bringing his violent tendencies home and smashing everything in his kitchen. Kelly follows the monstrous brother to the funhouse, where she urges him to face his own rage before it consumes him. Her words move Chad, and he smashes his reflection in a mirror, freeing him from the grasp of his anger. The siblings leave the funhouse, where Carney, who is basically the bastard who runs the facility, urges them home. But when they turn around, they confront him. All of it was disappeared. The funhouse never existed. Basically meaning that for Chad here, it was basically a therapist run. It's that you have a freaking damn therapist who secretly straight up did it, which I bet Carney could get like a lot of money if he secretly did it. Like if he actually had a problem and they're like, oh, so my son, he hasn't seen his father for so many years now, and I believe he might have some tension. And then the mom slips him $50, and then he's just say, okay, just send him to the funhouse. And then, yeah, Carney could actually get a lot of money out of that. I bet eventually he's gonna be a freaking millionaire. I bet he's gonna have like a freaking fur coat and have some gold chains on and glasses. But of course, he can't do that. Yeah, most likely when it's all said and done, and he looks back and see Carney, you might see him in all his bling and everything, saying, "See you later, kid. Tell your mom she has nothing to worry about," and then he disappears. Or heck, the cool part would just be the fact of you just see a freaking golden helicopter flying away. Oh my gosh, that would be funny as hell. Oh man. Excuse me. Next is Worry Dolls. Worry Dolls is the craziest one ever. Worry Dolls is kind of, which apparently is the third possessed toy. Second possessed toy, third in all now. But I don't count this as freaking possessed toy. But anyways, as a souvenir for her traveling parents, Jordana, which Jordan is a freaking unisex name. You don't have to call her Jordana. That's kind of crap. That sounds like a crappy freaking name. But anyways, they receive a box of knitted dolls called worry dolls, said to magically fix people's worries, which proved disastrous when a nanny goes missing. So I'm gonna just call her Jordan. Jordan's heirloom violin breaks, and Jordan's parents quit their jobs and become obsessed with family togetherness. Jordan eventually learns of the worry doll's effects and ends up burning them. That night, Jordan gets into bed. All is calm and well as the worry dolls slowly reveal that they're still alive, and they begin to approach Jordan. The episode comes to an end when she wakes up and screams for her damn life. I mean, damn, man, that's as bad as freaking Small Soldiers. That's as bad as Stephen King's freaking one where he has army men coming to life and battling people. Yeah, it's like freaking, it's like, oh God, why, God, why? He's like, no, I destroyed you, no. You know, one thing that would be awesome to see is if Action League now, whoever freaking canceled Kablam, they freaking get a freak show. It's like the fact of Action League now just shows up at the end of her bed. They're like, what the frick? What's that noise? And turns on and he looks and it's like, oh, what the hell? I think I've seen these guys before. It's like, and then they start talking. It's like, I am the human flesh. I am Stinky Diver. I'm Wonder Girl. And I'm Melt Man, the power to melt, but I'm the freaking punchline. But screw it. We're going to kick your ass for canceling our show. Please, someone do that. That would be so awesome. That would be awesome. They deserve it. They freaking deserve it. Woo! Worry Dolls. Worry Dolls was like a shocking thing. It's like, oh, no freaking damn way. No freaking damn well. But anyways, next is Lovecraft's Woods. This one sucks. This one sucks because this is actually Groundhog's Day secretly. And I'll read it, but still, this is technically Groundhog's Day to the max. But anyways, on their way to the party, 3 teenagers, a gamer named Nicholas, a goth girl named Erica, and a brainy girl named Margaret are lost in a forest called Lovecraft's Woods. The woods are named for a man named Elijah, and in the 1930s, he and a group of people get lost in the woods, and only his wife making it out, and thought she'd only be gone for 3 hours, only to be told she was gone for 3 years, while her husband was grabbed by a ghoul. The 3 heard a scream and they were wandering and running, and only to come back to find a sign that they were started in, and they kept trying to find a way out, run into the ghoul. They flee into the shack, and suddenly appears. Erica finds a keychain exactly like her own. Erica realizes they are trapped in a time loop. Yep. Erica finds a map behind a picture, and then they try to escape, only to be chased back in by the ghoul, and they find a journal on the table where there wasn't before, with one entry confirming that they're in a loop, and that Erica in the future loop wrote it, meaning that the ghouls chasing them is another Erica, affected by the scratch from the tree earlier. So Margaret and Nick tries to escape, and Erica completes the loop by finding the coat that the ghoul was wearing and writing the journal entry and visiting the past 3 from the beginning of the episode. Yeah. Talk about mind raped. Yeah, that's a total mind rape. It really was. It really was. It was very well done, though. It was very well done because I was able to get lost, even though it was very, very simple to understand. All right, next up is Coat Rack Cowboy. Now, luckily, I was able to watch all these later on thanks to one guy, but sadly, he is no more because I think chances are he just got saddened by the fact of it got canceled, and then after that, he was like, yeah, this. But anyways, we got Ethan and his brother Brett are sent to the back to the days of the Old West, where an outlaw named John Mad Dog McCoy, who was hanged for his crimes on the tree in Ethan's yard, challenges him to a showdown at high noon after learning that his resting place has been cut down and turned into a coat rack. Yeah, thanks a lot, idiots. Now I have to tell him what happened in the rest of it. So in the rest of it, what happens is that he was scared as freak. Ethan is scared. He freaking damn scared. But eventually, he basically came up and he did something smart and he was able to defeat him. And the last thing, how the episode ends, is the fact that you had two cowboys saying, "You see there, that's Ethan," and they made a new name for him. So yeah, I think Ethan talked up a storm, made him sound like a big shot, and that's what really scared Mad Dog. But anyways, thanks a lot, idiots, for being jerks, because yeah, I don't really remember that fully. And wow, this went past the first two. But anyways, long live rock and roll, aka doom metal. You have Holden, a teenager. I'm just gonna do this. So Holden is a teenager. He was a talented singer. He has guitar skills, but his guitar sucks as hell. And he has freaking bandmates named Squee and Tibbs. And he finds a coupon, 50 cents off for a instrument at a freaking music store that's owned by a freaking rock star named... What? Okay, that's weird. But anyways, Maestro dude. So Maestro... Actually, it's Maestro girl because that's Mackenzie Gray. And she was in something before. Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, so Maestro gives him an electric guitar. It freaking made him sound cool. And then after that, his friends also joined in. But of course, his friends actually were like, "You shouldn't do this, man. Your guitar is still good." And I think he's, contract, play one performance for the musician. And of course, it finds out that he's actually Satan. He's the devil. Yeah, another one with the freaking damn devil. And he wanted his mortal soul, and his friends are screwed too because they just got new stuff themselves. So instead, they actually picked up their old stuff to do stuff. Let's see. So yeah, there we go. They decided to do like a match against him. Of course, this might be wrong because I'm like, I don't feel like actually reading this. Yeah, see, a duel, guitar duel. So they both faced and they try to win, but yeah, they're bond, and he picked up his old guitar and played a good one. Words move his friends to bring them back, their spirits back, and together they played a fast song. And the freaking Mr. Maestro tries to keep up, but ends up snapping a guitar string, and this counts as a mistake, and then the demon vanishes, and they're actually free, and they play their own instruments. So in the end, the music is in them, even though he still needs a good guitar, though. It's like he just needs a good guitar. He doesn't really need a guitar to make him sound good. Next is Dead Bodies, aka Dead Body Part 2. So, everyone remember when I was talking about Dead Body and the fact of this ending was likely pissed off a lot of people? Well, chances are you have this happening. So they decided to write a part 2 to actually bring back the guy that was going to be screwed over, that got screwed over. But anyways, so you have Jake, and he claims another mortal life after the Grim Reaper causes his mortal body to rot for his trickery. Meanwhile, Will, who is now a ghost and is haunting Jake, returns to claim his old life and save Anna, which that's what happened in the previous one. He actually had a crush on Anna, but he wasn't actually brave enough to talk to her. But now he is. Eventually, Will and Anna defeated Jake, who was dragged into the underworld by the Grim Reaper. Upon being restored to his life back by an angel, Will leaves the woods with Anna. The final scene shows Jake's hand rising from the underground to grab his comb. But still, yeah, I mean, they could have kept it normal. They could have kept it. But instead, what they did is basically everyone most likely had to say, outcry and say, "This is bull crap. Will does not deserve this. We claim bull crap." So that's why they made this sequel, because either they did that or they were planning a sequel from the get-go. But you would figure then the sequel should have actually followed through in the first the first season. But it didn't. Next is My Robot. And My Robot is crazy as hell. My Robot is kind of a kindred spirit to Zathura a little bit because they did have a robot, and yeah, it does the same exact thing but messed up. But anyways, Phil is a science nerd with a secret. He has a robot that he orders online and programmed himself. And originally did anything Philip asked, but the robot gradually overpowered Phil programming and is doing what is best for Phil. This is technically MeBot too from Game Shakers a little bit. He's forced him to do things, exercise, and eat less tasteful nutrient food. Phil couldn't return the robot to the store, and the robot actually scared his parents away. Frick. So he begs his friend Tim's help to destroy it. They tricked the two school bullies into helping, and while they shut down the robot, they reset it, and now it views Tim as his master, which was Phil's plan all along. He leaves to go get his parents come back, and Tim is now stuck with the robot. Screw over. He screwed over his friend. What the frick? Did it say it was his friend? Let's see. Yeah, his friend Tim. So yeah, he screwed over his friend. I would figure, why not screw over the bullies? It's like, yeah, you have bullies in your freaking thing, screw them over. But instead, no, he screws his friend over. That's crap. Next is Bad Egg. So Bad Egg is basically you have this Jason dude, and he's only one screw up away from being shipped to military school as per his strict father, which is why Jason needs to pass his egg sitting assignment. The trouble is the eggs donated to the school are rejected by a biochemistry lab harboring an ostrich-like monster that is not fit to live among humans. Now Jason must keep his father from knowing about his latest mistake while keeping the monster away from two government agents posing as pest control workers who wants the monster back. I kind of forgot how this ends, so oh well. It most likely wasn't that bad. Chances are I bet it's like twist ending or some kind of crap. But yeah, I didn't say anything bad about it, so that's good. Next is Toy Train, aka Toy Train Story. Logan and his father has come up with Pack Up. Yeah, oh yes, I remember this one. So this one is basically where you have a house. They got freaking Grandpa's house and they're packing it up. And then all of a sudden, you have some weird crap going on. So he picks up and go and play catch with his son. So Logan discovers a train set in a barn, and last night he placed a train set in the house, although the train hasn't run for 20 years. An accident claimed the life of a switchman, and the next day Logan goes to the train tracks and meets a boy named Henry and shows him Flying Penny and stuff like that, and the switchman who died, and just show that the switchman figure when a set to demonstrate, which freaks his father out. He comes out and Harry again, and all this stuff and whatever, and his father goes in the train set. The switchman confronts him. He wants Logan's father to forgive himself, as the switchman died saving him, and in his guilt he buried the switchman figure. Logan's father replaces the figure. The switchman saves Logan by switching the train tracks, and Logan's father races to meet him, hugging him in relief. It's revealed that Henry was the younger version of Logan's father, and relieved the fatal accident. Okay, well, this is the one I didn't remember. Sorry. Yeah, I thought this was the one where it was the freaking house that they were packing up, and it turns out that the father, there was a ghost, and it turns out the ghost was actually his grandfather and everything. So, yeah, this wasn't the episode. This one I kind of don't remember, but this one actually is a touching episode. You do have to admit from listening, it's a touching episode. Next is Uncle Howie. I hate this one. I hate this one with the guts. Lastly, this is the last one of season 3. I hate this one. The reason why I hate this one is because this one is like total crapdom. So you have Jared, a mean-spirited teenager, has to babysit his sister Cynthia when his mother is working a night shift at the hospital, but Cynthia happily watches this TV show called The Uncle Howie Show. And Uncle Howie, aka, is actually played by the same person who plays as SpongeBob. I wonder if that's the reason why I hate this. But no, it's not. Not really. That's not really the true reason why I hate this. But anyways, Jared turns out to be a scumbag because he wants... Well, he's not really a scumbag. It's just that he wants to do things, but he can't do it because he has to freaking babysit his sister. And since he has to babysit his sister, it comes to a point of being a little bit screwed over. So what he wants to do is actually go out and see a movie. And of course, it's kind of like at this time where it's like, we don't know where this is set, but he wants to give him frozen pizza. What the frick? You want to give the girl frozen pizza and microwaving and stuff, which is kind of like, what you really have to do is this. Is that you have freaking damn Little Caesars, right? Little Caesars, it costs $5. So I forgot how much money he got. I think he got $20. So if you were cool enough, you could go buy freaking CC's pizza. I mean, Little Caesars pizza for $5. You can have that. There you go. And you can still go to the movies. And I bet you could actually sneak your sister along. And those 2 tickets, you have like $15 left over. $7.50 each. I already freaking did this like a year ago. 2 years ago, actually. So it's kind of like, dude, my gosh. But anyways, what this guy do? What Jerry does is actually tries to sneak away, putting his sister to bed early so he can sneak out and watch this movie. But instead, he couldn't do it. And let's see, Uncle Howie and Loomis and friends suddenly appears in the house, teasing him and using supernatural powers to prevent him from contacting the police. Yeah, I think I did. I'm not even sure if I actually aired this. But if I did air it, I would say there's a difference between a white family and a black family. A black family, they're going to freaking screw you freaking up. Yeah, especially if it's a black girl you're messing with. Even though there is some science that shows, nope, that's not the truth. But it really is kind of is the truth, especially when it comes to being in a neighborhood, a certain neighborhood, especially my neighborhood. You would get screwed up the freaking wazoo. So, yeah, you shouldn't try to do that. But anyways, so... Anyways, Uncle Howie makes Cynthia disappear and challenges Jared to a game of find your sister before your mom gets home and grounds you for the rest of your life. And Jared loses. Fed up with Uncle Howie's antics, Jared screams at him, only to realize that he is an extremely dangerous force when he discovers that Loomis does not have a puppeteer controlling him. Jared then admits defeat and agrees to become Uncle Howie's friend. The scene cuts and Cynthia and Jared's mom, Cynthia, cuts with Cynthia. My gosh, what the freak? It cuts to Cynthia. Then period. My gosh, you guys don't know how to write sometimes. Jared's mom arrives home from work, discovering that Cynthia is still watching Uncle Howie on TV. Her mom asks, "Where is Jared?" And she looks for the remote and discovers the horrible truth that Jared appears on TV, now transformed into a life-size marionette for himself. She watches in horror as Cynthia waves to her former big brother, giggling. So technically, if you think about this, the mom was going to freak out. After the mom freaks out, Uncle Howie's going to show up and then she's going to do the same exact thing to the freaking mom. That's what I believe. The same thing is going to happen to the freaking damn mom, and then now you have freaking Cynthia all alone. Yeah, this is technically kind of like this Haunting Hour episode is freaking akin to the Buddy episode of The Nightmare Room, which I guess is the real reason why I dislike this one. And I know the guy is a bit of a jerk. He was a piece of crap trying to actually ditch his sister to watch freaking go check out a movie, which technically you could have just snuck out with her and told her to go to sleep, and she sleeps right there, you holding her. I mean, personally for me, I know I would be a messed up big brother, but heck, I wasn't even, it's like, dude, I wouldn't even be able to do it in the first place. So it's like, yeah, it's nothing. I won't be able to do So anyways, what I would do if I was able to have his freaking ability, I most likely bring some headphones, earmuffs, freaking a mask, so my girl, not girl, so my sister, my gosh, stop saying girl, my sister could actually sleep in my arms while I watch this movie. So there we go. That's a thumbs up. Yeah, see, it works. But anyways, Uncle Howie pisses me off and was freaky as hell. And for like a few years, I actually had his name so I could actually say something about him in a video, which I think I did. But if I didn't, I should have did it. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I know this was very long. Sorry.